Today I'm going to share with you a book that was written by Nathaniel Branden. It's called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. And if you're new to this particular topic of self-esteem, you'll get to understand what exactly is self-esteem, why is it that self-esteem matters and why should you care, and what are the 6 pillars of self-esteem that he covers in this particular book. It's such a very interesting book, and I think by the end of this video, you'll be able to understand why I say it's a very interesting book. So, what is self-esteem? It's basically the way that we view ourselves. It is the belief that I can deal and enjoy with life. And the second thing is also the belief that I'm worth being here, as in being here, being alive, being in this world. And the way the author approaches it, he looks at self-esteem from 2 perspectives. So he looks at it from self-confidence and then self-respect. And his argument is self-esteem is self-confidence and self-respect combined. So essentially, what is self-confidence? According to the author, self-confidence is a trust that we have in our ability to be able to think, our ability to be able to decide, to act. It is believing that we can learn, we can solve problems, we can even face challenges. And when it comes to self-respect, the argument is that it's the same belief, but it's a belief that our life now matters. It's a belief and knowing that our needs and our feelings do count, and most importantly, that we deserve to be treated with care, to be treated with respect. And when these bits are brought together, the bit of self-respect and self-confidence, this is what makes up what we call self-esteem in this particular book. So why is it that self-esteem is important? Why does it matter? Well, it matters because self-esteem does affect our choices. It does affect the relationships that we have, the relationships that we create. It affects the boundaries that we create or don't create for ourselves, and also even affects how we're able to handle setbacks, and life is known to throw one of those. When self-esteem is strong, people act with courage, they act with clarity. When self-esteem is very low, people doubt themselves, people hold themselves back from opportunity. So you now start to understand why this particular thing called self-esteem is very important. Now, getting to the pillars that he covered in the book. So he covers 6 pillars of self-esteem. And his argument is that self-esteem doesn't grow on its own. It does grow through daily actions and habits. And these are then the pillars that he talks about, the things of habits, the things that are to do with the passions, the things that are to do with the actions, the things that are to do with the habits, the things that we're supposed to be doing daily. And the first thing he argues is living consciously. We should be able to live in the present. That's what he argues. We should be able to pay attention to what is real. We should be able to notice our thoughts. We should be able to notice our feelings, being present, noticing our choices. And that, he argues, is being present. And we should be able to take cues from the situations that are happening in our life. And we can take those cues by simply asking ourselves some difficult questions, like what is happening right now? What am I doing? What are the options that I have? So when you are present, you are able to reflect on that. The second pillar, he argues, is self-acceptance. And with self-acceptance, this means that we are able to acknowledge ourselves as we are today. And this is not about pretending. This is not about lying to ourselves or being in denial or attacking ourselves. It's just acknowledging who we are today. This simply means it's acknowledging what we feel today, acknowledging where we are today, and also, most importantly, is about thinking about what are the next steps that I can take today. So when you think about self-acceptance, it's about giving yourself a solid foundation to make change, more like a baseline where you're able to say, look, this is where I am, and for me to go forward, I'm supposed to start here. The third one is the pillar on self-responsibility, and this is about recognizing that your life basically depends on your actions, and the choices that you make and the behavior that you have, they contribute to these particular decisions that we make, and they belong to you. It's not about delegating. It's about you owning up, taking responsibility. So you're not waiting for others to come and fix your problems, or you're not waiting for others to come and direct your future. You are taking control of that particular future. And you are able to ask yourself again difficult questions. So what can I do right now to be able to move forward? And by that, you're thinking of yourselves taking the action, not anyone else. Pillar number 4 looks at assertiveness, and assertiveness means basically standing up for yourself, standing up for your thoughts, your needs, and your values. And you have to be honest about who you are, and you have to be honest about what you believe for you to be assertive. And when you think about it, this means sometimes in real life, you should be able to say yes when you really want to say yes. And when you say no, when you really mean you want to say no. And you should be able, in this life, to speak your truth without hiding. Pillar number 5, it's about living purposefully. And this means where you're able to use your time, to use your energy towards things that really matter to you. Not anyone else, but things that matter to you. And when you think about it, in real life, this can look like setting goals. You're able to make plans, which brings that element of discipline and focus on the things that matter to you. You are able to take time to check in with your actions to see if they match with your intention. It's taking some time also to ask yourself again, difficult question, is what I'm doing really in line with the life that I would like to build? So again, it goes back to being present and being reflective. And pillar number 6 is about personal integrity. Now, integrity, I think, is a word that's thrown around. And in this particular book, it means where your actions, your words, they match with your values in real life. So there's that alignment between your actions, your words, and your values. And these are things that should be able to show up in simple things. Things like you're able to keep promises. When you promise people, you're able to deliver. You're able to tell the truth. And you're able to act in ways that align with who you say you are and what you claim to believe in. Now, the thing about integrity, people always think about integrity as something that you do for others, but it's about yourself, because when you build integrity, you're able to trust yourself, because you're able to basically align, you're able to have actions that align with the things that you claim that you stand for, which is a very interesting take on integrity, because people have always thought about when you think of somebody who is with integrity, they are thinking of what do people think about me. But in this particular case, it's about the alignment between yourself. So when you tell yourself that I believe in this and your actions match with that, you are able to trust yourself. Not really other people trusting you, but you're able to trust yourself, which again is a very fresh and interesting take when it comes to the author on the subject of self-esteem, and in particular, the 6 pillars rather, that he covers. So if the ideas that I've just shared, that I've gotten from the book, they encourage you, they spark something new, I encourage you to go ahead and get the book. I encourage you to read this particular book to be able to find deeper explanations of some of the things, because I've just given you a surface. There are practical exercises in the book. Please go through them. There might be some things that are interesting to you, some things that are not, but just go through them. You might be able to learn some insights again from the book. And for those people that have already bought this book, they have already read this book, I'm more interested to hear your reflections. What is it exactly that stood out to you when you were reading this book? What is it that you found helpful in the book? What are some of the things that you didn't find useful? What are some of the things that you feel did not really resonate with your perspective or with your situation? I would like to learn more about it, because I learned a lot from this particular book, and I would like to see how also other people responded to this particular book. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am looking forward to seeing you in my next video, where I'm also going to be reviewing another book. Thank you.